Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys? Happy to be with you again and bring you yet another video. I hope that you enjoyed Tuesday's live stream where I showed you how to use the Thanks a Bunch set and watercoloring. I love watercoloring. It's beautiful and it's so much fun. And if you missed that video, check that out. You can watch the live stream on replay. And I hope that you enjoy it. Today we're going to do a gift card holder, and I love making any kind of 3D projects, but today's is pretty special. As you guys that watch me regularly know, my daughter's bunny hangs out with me in my craft room. His name is Jasper, and he is adorable. I love him so much, and so the Easter Bunny stamp set was something I just had to grab as soon as I saw it. It was just an adorable depiction of little Jasper, and I thought that it would be a great addition to my stamp arsenal. Of course, I had already picked Thanks a Bunch for one of my free items when I purchased $50 or more. And so I paired the two of them together for this adorable little gift card holder. So what I used to make the gift card holder, and I'm going to show you how to do it today, are the slimline envelopes that we have. They come in white and soft succulent and gray. You have 3 colors to choose from, and you can get those in my online store. I paired them with the Subtle 6x6 Designer Series paper, and again we're using Thanks a Bunch. You can get that out of the celebration brochure with a $50 qualifying purchase. Now the bunny, Easter Bunny, is in the mini catalog. So if you have this, you can go ahead and look for him in there, but you can just type in Easter Bunny in my online store and get to him, or just follow the links in the description below and you can purchase this adorable set. I've also chosen to pair it with Alphabest because this is a fantastic set and you're going to see in a minute. And then of course Stylish Shapes, which you guys know how much I love that. Any shape set will work. It doesn't have to be this particular one. You can adapt, right? So let's go ahead and start. I'm going to show you the inside. We are doing this cute gift card holder. It is stuck with Velcro, and when you open it up, I gave you a little spot here to write a note, and it says, "There's no bunny quite like you." So there's a stamp in this set that says, "There's no one quite like you." And since I was using the carrots from here, I decided to include the bunny and say, "There's no bunny quite like you." And in this pocket here is where you will find your gift card holder. So I just threw a little Target gift card in there. But this is what I'm going to teach you how to make today. So we're going to go ahead and close that up and get started. Let me clear all these stamp sets out of my way. Move my die set as well. And we'll move this guy up into the corner. I'm going to get all my parts and pieces together. We're going to start with that soft succulent envelope. There it is. We're going to need the Simply scoreboard. You guys know how much I love that. So let's start with that first. So you're going to take your slimline envelope and you're going to score it in 2 places from the closed end. So the closed end goes in the corner. This is the side that's closed. Here's the open end. We don't want that. So from the closed end, we're going to score it at 4 inches and 4 1/8 inch, which is the next tick mark. So you're just putting a real thin score in there, but it's enough to give it the stability here on the side. Okay, so there's your score marks. Now, we have a lot of pieces to this particular, because I have a lot of layering. I have 2 layers here, plus your circle. I have 2 layers here. And then I have your dimensions for this. We're going to have to score this piece as well, so I'm going to have to pull the scoreboard out. But I'm going to do them in stages so that you guys can learn what we're doing as we go along. So first thing I'm going to do is, anytime I do any scoring, is I burnish. So I'm going to go ahead and attach these score marks, hold them down, and use my bone folder, if I can find it. I don't see it next to me. I don't know what I've done with it. Oh boy. I just had it, but I don't know what I've done with it. Oh, here I found it. Okay. Sometimes when things are in plain sight, you can't even see them, right? So there's the first score mark. Let's go ahead and get that second one. That 1/8 of an inch difference, but it's just what you need for that little small kind of book-like binding right there, just real tiny. See? All right, let's start, and we're gonna decorate the outside first. So for the outside, we need a bunny, which I have already stamped, and our love you on our stylish shape label. We need a pink and a yellow carrot. I've used Blushing Bride, So Saffron, and Soft Succulent are the inks. The ink for the bunny was Soft Suede. So I've used Soft Suede, Blushing Bride, So Saffron, and Soft Succulent for the outside. I've also used one of the Stampin' Up markers to give him some highlights on his tail and on one of his legs here and his ear. I just wanted to give him some pops of color, and I also darkened his nose area right here to give him more definition where his little nose is with the Stampin' Up, and it's the crumb cake marker. He's been stamped on a piece of crumb cake paper. So to get the little carrot in the bunny's hand, we're gonna have to do a little bunny surgery. So when you stamp him and cut him out, he doesn't come with a punch. The stamp set does have a punch for one of the bunnies. There's 3 bunnies in the set, and one of the bunnies does have a punch, but this one, we're gonna come in between his arms here, and we're gonna follow this line, but we don't wanna cut it out. We want to leave it so that you can see it. And then we're also going to cut along this side of the bunny's hands. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to leave that brown line. I want that to show. And I'm going to follow right along there. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to come in and I'm going to follow. And I want to leave that brown mark where it is. And I'm going to stop. So basically, it separates the front hand from the back hand, okay? Just like that. So his hand is lifted away from his body. Bring that up to the camera for you to see. All right? So we're going to tuck these 2 little carrots in his hand. So I'm going to cross them like so, and I'm going to stick them in his hands how I want them to look. I'm going to pull that one out a little bit more. You can see you position them how you want them. When you're happy with the position, we're going to go ahead and glue that. So once I'm happy with how the carrots look, like so, okay, I am going to take those, hold them, grab my adhesive, and I'm going to lift this carrot up off of the other one. I'm going to put a dot of glue, and I'm just going to hold them in place. This one's a little higher. There we go. And that will hold the carrots together. Now I'm going to put adhesive. I'm going to flip the bunny over, and the hand that I have lifted, I'm going to put some glue on the back of that hand. And I'm going to slide these carrots in between the 2 hands there, okay? And when I'm happy with how he's holding them, how far away it is from his face, all that good stuff, I'm going to go ahead and press that hand down to grab those carrots. And then I'm going to lift this back end and tuck some adhesive back here on the bunny itself, just a tiny bit, enough to go underneath those carrots and hold them. Now they're not going to move, and he's all one piece. All right. Let's go ahead and attach him to our circle, which is the largest of the stylish shapes. We are also going to attach these 2 pieces together. And so the top layer, the saffron, is 3 5/8 by 3 3/4, and the DSP is 3 1/2 by 3 5/8. So I'm going to go ahead and glue the two of them together. Again, 3 5/8 by 3 3/4 for the saffron, so saffron, and 3 1/2 by 3 5/8 of the DSP. And that's our blushing bride from the Subtles DSP. So this piece is now going to get glued right here onto my envelope on the front. So again, I'm going to grab my glue. And we're going to go ahead and attach that. So this is for the top. So I gave you the measurements on our envelope, what we had to score. Now the top layer. So this is a scrap of So Saffron. We're going to go ahead and pop that up. I'm going to grab dimensionals. 5 should be enough. I'm going to put 1, like if it was a square, in each corner, and then I'm going to put 1 in the center. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool, pull the backs off. And then I'm also going to pop our little bunny off. Did I get all of them? Yeah, I just missed the one. I'm going to attach this right there. I'm going to make sure this is closed, and then I'm going to center it. That's important because that's going to stay closed. You want it centered in the open portion. So there we go. See when it's shut closed. Okay. Let's go ahead and put our dimensionals on the back of our bunny. However many you feel he needs, that's how many you should use. You guys know I like to use a lot of dimensionals. So don't be surprised by how many I use. But put as many as you feel needs to do the job here for your little project. All right, you can see I use the edges, little scraps from the edges. If you've never seen me do that before, that's what that is, the piece that I cut those little strips from. Because sometimes you need a dimensional, but you need a smaller piece, and so that's how I go about getting those smaller pieces. I probably should have put a little one in his tail. I probably will before it's over. I'm gonna grab one. Stick it there before I'm gonna unstick my fingers. Goodness gracious. Okay. So let's grab our bunny. So cute he is. I always picture it as Jasper. Jasper's black. I did show him on a live stream one week. So if you missed that, you should see it. If you go back, I don't have that many live stream videos, but all right. So this one we are going to attach right along this edge, but I am going to put 2 minis in the top corners so that it has support, the parts that are hanging off. Okay. Oh boy, let's see. Yeah, I put one there too. Forgot. One up here. All right, we'll pull these off, and I'm going to use some wet adhesive along the bottom side. Right there, where it's going to attach to our circle. I'm going to do the embellishments at the very end, but I will do each layer as we go so that you can learn each layer's dimensions and write them down one at a time. Okay, so there's that. We're going to put a piece of thin, clear fasteners from Velcro. And so I buy them in a pack of 56. I'll link them in the description below for you. So check that description so that if you want to buy them, you can. They're fantastic because they're super thin. And I like the clear one to be at the bottom so that when you lift up, you don't really see it. So I always have to look which one's the clear one and which one isn't. Okay, so this one's the clear one. Hang on. This one isn't, so I'm gonna take the one that is not clear, stuck to my finger here, and I'm gonna attach that to the top in the center section of my envelope flap, and I'll pull the back off of it. So there's my two backings. And then I'm gonna hold my little bunny piece together. I'm gonna press that down right there. Get it to grab, and then we can lift and it should separate, and it does. The front and the back Velcros right there. Let's go ahead and open, and we'll do this side here. So the flap, when you open to the inside, the one on the left has a piece of So Saffron that's 3 5/8 by 3 1/2. So let's just go ahead and glue that in. And then I stamped 2 of the medium carrots. There's a little stack of 3 carrots that are small, and then I have a large carrot stamp in the set that's the large one, and then the medium is the one that's this size. Then I wanted to have a little area on here where you could write a message, or you know, whatever you want to say to the person that you're giving your gift card to. And then we're going to use the carrots that I've already stamped and cut out. Here they are. I just have to put adhesive on them. I'll show you them. So I used this little sprig here from the 3, and here's the medium carrot. So this is what I used. I used So Saffron and Blushing Bride for my colors. We're gonna go ahead and glue these guys down. So I'm gonna put wet adhesive on the back of both of them. I'm gonna grab my tweezers. If you guys don't have tweezers, get you some because you will love them. I'm gonna angle one of them like so. And then the other one I'm gonna lay down. So I still have room here to write. I just have them off to the corner, but it still decorates this area where you're doing your words. Again, 3 5/8 by 3 1/2 So Saffron, and then I just use scraps of basic white to do that side. All right, on to the right flap of the inside layer. I have 2 layers. I have this Blushing Bride and a piece of basic white. So here they are. The Blushing Bride piece is 4 inches by 3 5/8, and the basic white is 3 7/8 by 3 1/2. I'm not going to glue them together yet because we have quite a bit to do on this section. So this whole area here is going to be designed as a scene for the bunny. Okay, we're going to stamp this bunny together and color him in so that you guys can see what to do. So let's go ahead and get all of our stamping out of the way. But I wanted to give you the dimensions again. Blushing Bride 4 by 3 5/8 and basic white 3 7/8 by 3 1/2. I'm going to move this out of the camera for right now. We're going to get our stamping out of the way. So I'm going to grab a piece of scrap and I'm going to put that underneath here. We're going to do our grass on this piece first. So I'm going to use Soft Succulent. And it's the large carrot stamp, and the veining in it, I'm going to make that into grass. So the first thing that I did was go ahead and stamp that down like that. And then I use what's left over to stamp over the top. Okay, so I'm going to do that again. I'm going to stamp and then use what's left to stamp over the top and add kind of a second layer of ink. I'm going to come back over again, second time. This time I'm going to bring this down a little bit more like that. And then we're going to add, and then this is the final step. I'm going to do the grass one more time. This time I'm going to pull it this way. Sorry, guys. And we'll attach, and then we're going to overlay. So that's what it looks like when you're done. Now we're going to use Pool Party. Well, I'm going to clean this first, but then we're going to use Pool Party ink. And we are going to sponge kind of a sky with our blending brush. So I'm going to put Soft Succulent to the side for a second. We're going to grab our blending brush with our Pool Party on there. I would start off, and then I'm going to work my way around, and I'm going to make our sky here. I don't want it to be too dark. I just want it to lose the starkness of the white because we're building a scene that the bunny's outside, right? All right, that should be enough. I like Pool Party for this because it's a very pale color and I like how it looks. Okay, so let's bring the Soft Succulent back out. I'm going to use scraps, and I have scraps of Blushing Bride and scraps of So Saffron. We'll start with the So Saffron, and we're going to stamp the words, "There's no one quite like you." We're going to do it twice because we want two separate areas for the words. Okay, so I'm going to start with "There's no one." I'm going to just stamp that down like that. Okay, I'm going to take the other one and we're going to stamp the "Quite like you" on this end. All right, so that's how I got my words separated. Let's clean that off. I'll show you what I do with it in a minute, but let's just get all our stamping out of the way. Then with the alphabet, I'm going to stamp the letters B-U-N-N-Y for bunny. So I'm going to start with my B, and then I'm going to do my overlay. And then I'm going to clean. So I'm going to keep my, move that there so you guys can see. I'm not going to clean that, but I'm going to clean my letters because I have them all in the same block. Here's the U. So there's the U. Do my overlay. Then we'll clean the U. We're going to do the N twice. So there's one. And there's another one. And let's do the overlay. Okay, and then we're going to do the Y. And we'll stamp that one. I don't think that's dark enough. Let's try that again. Let's do the Y. That one's better. And let's do the overlay. I'm going to do the overlay for this one as well, just in case. All right, clean that. I'll make sure the Y is cleaned. All right, that's our words. Let's stamp our bunny, and then we'll take care of everything. Let's get our scrap, and he's not going to go in Soft Succulent. He's going in Soft Suede. So I'm going to grab my Soft Suede ink. Here's our little bunny. Isn't he precious? Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Little Jasper. And here's the punch so that you guys can see. So we're going to stamp him in the corner here. I'm going to clean that. And then I'll show you how I punch, and then we'll go ahead and take care of that stamp. So we're kind of getting our stamping out of the way. So let's go ahead and close this. Open our punch. Bring our bunny in here. Line him up so that there's a border all the way around him. When you're happy with what he looks like, punch him. There's our scrap. I'm going to put that to the side. That's a large scrap, so hold on to that for another use. We're going to grab our crumb cake. Let's work on our bunny first, and we're going to use the brush end. I'm going to color the ear. I'm going to do his little chest area down here. Okay, and his tail. That's what I decided to color on this one. And I'm going to use and do his nose, darken that area where his little nose is. Jasper's little nose is always twitching. So cute. All right, so there's our bunny. The bunny's ready to go on whenever it's time. Now let's work on our alphabet. So we are going to bring in our punch, and we're going to punch out each of these letters. I'm cutting it kind of close. The scrap was kind of too small, but hopefully it'll work out. If not, I'll redo it for us. I don't normally get this close to the edge, but it's the piece that I happened to grab. I didn't realize that it was this close. I should have gone up and down with it instead of sideways, but it doesn't matter. So there's that one. And we'll take the first Y. I think it's fine. All right. I'm gonna put that over there. Get rid of these little pieces that are left over. We have our word, bunny. All right, let's work on our little flag banner pieces with There's No One Quite Like You. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my paper snips. I'm going to cut right at the word one, and I'm going to cut a little bit close to the word there. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and trim this all the way out so that it's a nice thin piece. Okay, now we don't want the word one. We just want it to say there's no, because we're going to put bunny. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in on either side of that O, and I'm going to flag and cut that O out of this piece by using a flag right there at that ending. Okay, I'll show it to you that way you guys can see. And then I'm going to work on the next one, same thing. This one's going to get flagged on this end. So I'm just going to trim till it's close. I'm going to cut a little bit off on this side here. We don't want that. And it looks like I got a hair of ink from the top on that bottom section, but I fixed that. And then let's go ahead and flag this side, same way, how I did that other one. So there's that one. Okay, we're gonna get rid of this, and now it's time to assemble this next layer. So we're gonna put these guys together first. Again, for this right panel, it's 4 inches by 3 5/8 in Blushing Bride, and 3 7/8 by 3 1/2 of the basic white. We're gonna go ahead and put those two pieces together. All right, got them to adhere. Fabulous. I like using the wet glue because it does have some wiggle room. Let's do the bunny next. So we'll attach him down. I'll show you the stamp set again for the Easter bunny. He's so cute. It's called Easter Bunny, the name of the stamp set. I love all three of these little guys. Look how cute they are. I use these too. There's even some grass if you want to use that grass. I chose, since I was spotlighting the carrot set, this is just my secondary. Since we were spotlighting it, I chose to add the grass from that. All right, I'm just gonna lay this without sticking it down and make sure that there's room. Yep, there's room right there. Perfect. And we're gonna glue the word bunny first. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip those over. We're gonna add adhesive on all of them, and then we're gonna pick them up one at a time with our tweezers and adhere them. All right, so let's start with the B. All right, I'm gonna put that under the ERE right here for theirs. And I'm gonna straighten that based based on that little flag that I have laying there, okay? And then this time I'm gonna use my guide as the letters in the space in between the letters right there. That's gonna be my guide. Of course, I don't want to wiggle it once I have it down. And here's my N. Again, I'm using the space, and I'm using the size of the punch. There's kind of like little cuts, and you'll notice that when you. So there's that other N. And the Y. This is a cute little set, this alphabet set. I hope that you guys like it. There's my Y. And now we can attach our two flag pieces. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on both. And then we'll glue them down one at a time. And then of course we'll glue our panel into our gift card holder. Then the last piece is going to be the part that has the gift card. We'll go ahead and attach this into our gift card holder. There's no bunny quite like you. That goes right here. All right, let's put that right in our holder here. There's no bunny quite like you. Now we're gonna make our pull out, okay? So we are gonna need our Simply scoreboard. So let's move this out of the way. This piece of basic white for the gift card holder is 5 1/4 by 3 1/2, and we're going to score it at 1 inch down the long side. So the long part goes across the top. We're going to score at 1 inch. We're going to use our bone folder. We're going to burnish that little 1 inch piece, and that is going to become our little tuck for our card. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put adhesive on either side of this and make sure that it grabs nice. Just kind of hold it there till it grabs. And we are going to attach our 3 pieces. So we have 2 pieces of designer series paper. The Blushing Bride piece is 7/8 of an inch by 3 3/8 inch, and it is going to go, excuse me, on this little flap right here. So let's go ahead and attach that. Again, 7/8 of an inch by 3 3/8, and it's going to go on that 1 inch piece that we scored and brought up. So 7/8 by 3 3/8. Okay, there's that. I'll let you see it. See, there's our pocket. All right, so now these two pieces. So we have So Saffron, and we have a piece from that DSP, and it's from the Subtles collection. It looks like I didn't trim it quite the right size, so either I messed up my So Saffron or I messed up this one. So let's say I messed up this one. I'm gonna bring my cutter in. I'm gonna take a hair off of there. This is the one that I messed up. It's supposed to be 2 7/8 by 3 1/8. Yep, the 3 1/8 is correct, but the other one was wrong. So that was the one I had incorrect. So I'm glad I fixed it. All right, so let's start again. The So Saffron for the gift card holder. Okay, this one is 3 inches by 3 1/4 inches, and our piece of designer series paper is 2 7/8 by 3 1/8, and that's going to go right here in this piece. So let's glue them two together first, and then we'll attach it. So we're going to put this first. And then we're going to glue this piece to the back where our gift card is going to go. I'm sure there's some really cute Easter gift cards going to be coming out soon. So this is what I had that I thought would look good in there, but I'm sure you'll be able to find one that is bunny themed. So we'll go ahead and attach this piece on here. So there's our 2 panels. You have your tuck and your back. We're going to punch a hole in here. We're going to go through both layers here. And this is a 1/8 inch handheld circle punch. It is linked in the description below. Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell handheld punches, so Amazon is where you have to go to get those. Any hole punch also will work, like just a regular office hole punch. So I chose to use the Sweet Sorbet. I just thought it was so pretty, this metallic. And so I wanted to have a pretty decent sized amount of tails. So I have 4 tails on here. So what I did was I cut about 8 inches and then I folded it in half. And then I'm gonna put this through to the back, from the front to the back. Push that in through the hole here. You can use your tweezers to put them in there if you want. And then we're gonna open those loops up. And I'm gonna push the ends from the front through that loop, like that. And then I'm gonna trim that from me folding it in half. And then you have 4 little ends here. And they're just slightly too long, so I'm gonna grab my ribbon scissors. And I just trim those away. We're gonna get rid of the excess. Anything sparkly wants to stick. But here we go. We're gonna go ahead and grab that out of the way. And then this becomes your gift card section that's going to go inside. And I like to just move it out of the way on either side of that Velcro so it doesn't get caught in there. So we're going to close, and we're going to grab our Velcro dot and get that stuck on there. Same with this one. Let's go ahead and slide our gift card in, move it to the side, close. And there is our adorable. How cute is that? I know you guys love it. How could you not? It's precious, right? Oh my gosh. Okay, so let me, I'll use the scrap paper that we used to make this, and I will put the dimensions for you. All right, so you're gonna start with your envelope. Okay, your slim line. And you're gonna score at 4 4 1/8 from the closed end. Okay? Now your top layer, your outside. Okay? You have 2 layers here. You have your saffron and your DSP. And your saffron is 3 5/8 of an inch by 3 3/4 of an inch. And your DSP is 3 1/2 inch by 3 5/8 of an inch. Okay? And then we use scraps of saffron, succulent, and basic white, and crumb cake for all the pieces on top. Okay, so now let's do inside left. Right here. Okay, so we have saffron, which is 3 5/8 by 3 1/2, and then you have scraps of basic white for your carrots. Now we're going to do inside right. All right, this piece. So your inside layer, you have 2 pieces. You have our blushing bride, so I'm going to put blushing. That piece is 4 inches by 3 5/8 of an inch. And then your basic white was 3 7/8 of an inch by 3 1/2. And then you had scraps of blushing, saffron, and crumb cake. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now we're going to do our gift card holder. Okay. So you're going to start with a 5 1/4 inch piece by 3 1/2, and you're going to score it at 1 inch. Okay. Now you have your DSP for this piece here. I'm going to put pink, but it's our blushing bride DSP, and that piece is 7/8 of an inch by 3 3/8 of an inch. And then you have your 2 layers right here. So you have your saffron, and that piece is 3 inches by 3 1/4. And then your DSP for the top of that saffron is 2 7/8 by 3 1/8. It's a lot of measurements, guys. So just watch the video a few times, take a screenshot, rewrite this a little better than what I did with that. Sharpie's not really that thin point bladed, so it's a little thick to be writing so much. But that is the basic measurements. Hopefully that you did pay attention though while I was making the video. And we used the Easter Bunny set. We used Thanks a Bunch, which of course is our main. Sorry, I've moved this mat everywhere, right? Oh my goodness, I'm everywhere. Hopefully I didn't get out of camera. I guess we'll figure that part out. So we have our Thanks a Bunch, we have our Easter Bunny, and we have our Alpha Best. The Alpha Best has a punch, which is the Best Labels punch. The Easter Bunny has the bunny punch, right? And then, of course, we used our stylish shapes. I hope that you enjoyed this project and that you will come by and see me again. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, share my video, and I am so grateful to have you. You can even share it to Pinterest where you can save it to do it later. Thanks for being here, guys. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!